video, and I just fired up the visual platforms, and as you can see in the studio here, my gosh, it's not three blind mice, it's three old men, right? But Lawrence Gibbs and Monty Russell just pulled in here, and so the front door was not locked. So we're going to. This is how we roll these days. So Monty, I'm going to give you the microphone. Oh, wow. Take that one from where you're at
really
here.
Intend to,
no. I want people to understand how fluid and flexible that I'm trying to be,
sure.
and then encouraging folks to get out. So what'd you stop by here for?
I just stopped by to kind of give you a heads up on young man Trey Gauthreaux that I work with.
I know Trey.
Has a great opportunity this week. He's got a new single coming out this week, and has a chance this week on Friday to open a amphitheater show in El Dorado at Murphy Arts District for in front of Dylan Scott, who's also kind of a local guy from, but has made it really big. So just kind of want to get some information out about Trey and what's going on with Trey. So we're going to send him by here to see you one day.
Yeah, well, I mean, not one day. You're saying I got my appointment book open right now, so we're going to do it tomorrow or Friday.
Right.
Tomorrow 9 o'clock. So Trey Gauthreaux is going to be here.
Yeah,
and he's going to be bringing his instrument.
Yeah.
So he's going to do solo, or are you going to join him as well? I mean, this is the BikeSmith front window, so
I'm going to let him do it.
All right. Well, okay. So Trey's coming in.
He looks less homeless than me, and he's handsome.
So he's got money. So maybe
he has a face made for the video too.
Sure enough. All right. So we're going to have Trey tomorrow. He's going to be Friday night, as you mentioned, in El Dorado, correct?
El Dorado, Arkansas, at the Murphy Arts District.
Notice he said he's got a single, and Lawrence Monty didn't use the.
It's hot wax.
Yeah. The album's going to drop on Tuesday. I mean, do people even do albums anymore?
Well, yeah. The crazy thing is, like, people are doing more vinyl now. Right. Vinyl's hip.
Right.
So.
I'm thinking about
so I think there might be new
vinyl hour.
Hot wax might become a term that,
Well, I mean, we got a cuticle place up there, and there's a new tattoo parlor in town too. Yeah. So I mean, I'm just hot wax. Oh, wax. I got you. My bad. I'm sorry. We have to define. By the way, give us an update on Victor Abendano. How's his project coming along?
His project is going great as well. We're on the finishing stages of Victor's project. He's in town, so we're working. He's in town.
Wait a second.
So we're working on
Victor, you're a bum. I'm calling you a bum live on the radio because
we just returned from the Floribama and did a little mini tour in Pensacola and South Alabama.
So Victor's in town. Is he playing anywhere?
He's playing tonight at the Sundown. It's a last-minute thing at 6 o'clock.
All right. So, I think
the homeless people are a wealth of information.
Right. I think we just have last-minute plans here tonight at 6 o'clock. Look at the weather; it's wonderful. Monty Russell, Lawrence Gibbs. We're going to visit with Lawrence, and you know what else we're going to play here, Monty, is because I got this little terabyte box that's got like 1,000 albums on there. I got it from Mark Wilson. And on there was this band called Howard Shaft.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to play some Howard Shaft.
Sure.
And literally a band, and do you know what it's named after?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do? Oh.
He knows. He knows. We know.
Tell him.
They got shafted in Howard Auditorium.
It's a talent show.
Do you not know the story?
Well, I knew the Howard part of it, Howard Auditorium. I was going to say the band named after a building, but I didn't know they got shafted. You want to touch on that, or?
Okay. You want me to tell you? Okay. Yeah. Well, this goes back in the mid-'90s, 94, something, 5, somewhere like this. And many of these people in this group were in my jazz ensemble that was in a tech. After one rehearsal, I think Jeremy Davis came up and Clay, we want to form a combo and do a talent, the Union Board talent contest, something like that. I went, well, sure. Get your people together and work something up, and I'll listen to it. Well, they decided to do Harry Connick, Red Light, Blue Light, out and they worked it all on their own. There was no music. They just listened to the recording. And they did that, two selections from that album. I was in the audience, and I went, oh, this is not even there's no. They gonna win this.
They're gonna win, no doubt.
They got this down. And of course, as it always is, somewhere back before I had come in, there was a young lady that sang "Amazing Grace," and she won. And they came in second.
And they're already counting their money.
And they appreciated what it was. I said, guys, don't worry. You don't have to worry about this. It's just a little kind of show. But Jeremy says, no, we're upset about this.
So you mean to tell me they're upset because some girl sang "Amazing Grace"? So they got a grudge against Grace?
Not really. They got over that, but
yeah, they got over it.
And I think and I don't know this for sure, but I think that when Jeremy talked to his father about it, he said, "Well, y'all got shafted in Howard Auditorium."
Yeah.
So the father came up with it.
I'm not sure.
Which father? The one that answers prayer? That said, okay, that's the name?
Well, possibly, yeah. Maybe that's.
I better stop.
But anyway, as it goes, they formed this really unique group for our area, and they had horns and they had all kinds of stuff, and it was almost like our little version of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Sure,
or something like
sure.
That.
And Adam Jones, who fronted the band, was like could moonwalk and like dance like.
Oh, and play trombone
with his
and moonwalk.
And from this, these guys toured 4 days a week, around the South, college towns, very well known,
very famous, all throughout the country. Really, they went everywhere. They opened up for all kinds.
Did you ever play with them?
Yeah, I not officially, but I sat in with them a lot when they were here in town. I remember one of them.
And Monty, you play with them too?
Mm-hmm. And all the guys in the band who we're still kind of working with around the country. Like when I just came from the studio, that's James Cook, who was the bass player and a horn player. That's his studio where we work. He plays with Luke Bryan. Jeremy Davis has the Equinox Orchestra. Just bought a bus and's touring. Touring around the country.
They found gigs where there were no gigs.
They found gigs when there were no gigs. They did great live streams. Everybody who's been in the band. Tony Cortellini is here still.
Oh,
here.
Yeah.
He's works at Matt's. Brilliant people, yes, and all still working. Derek Mixon, the drummer, is with Chris Stapleton. So they're all still.
They've got quite a nucleus.
They do, and some other guys work on some cruise ships and some. And I'm sure Lawrence stays kind of in touch with all of them at some point in time.
Well, when Jeremy brings in his small group, they do a jazz service over at Trinity. And up till last year, they would call me and I would go be with them. They play with charts and everything.
Do they play "Amazing Grace"?
Yes, they do very well.
and a side note to that, people in Ruston have come to the Johnny Simoneaux Jam for years and years, and Johnny Simoneaux was an original member of Howard Shaft
and my jazz ensemble
and your jazz ensemble, and then so one of the songs on that album, "Ain't Your Dog No More," is a Johnny Simoneaux composition.
Yes,
and
is awesome.
A fan favorite at the time.
Absolutely, they had a show routine. And of course, they were true showmen.
They really.
And I don't know where this came from because I never saw any of that. But when they got it all together and you put on a show, it was showtime. One thing we were down at next to Ponchatoula's
Sundown.
Yeah, I'm just brain dead. The thing is, one night, and I don't know if it was John Simoneaux's jam or it was just they were there playing. It was one of the last times that Bobby Cheatham and I played a gig together. Bobby was this trumpet player that was just phenomenal at Enoch. Just a huge, large man in a large life. And so they had offered us to play a blues or something with them. So Bobby and I got up there. It was one of the finest solos he ever played in his life. And then we just had a blast for about 30 minutes, almost on one tune.
Right.
And it was one of my greatest memories was doing that with him with the Howard Shaft group.
They had a daily call before a gig, and they would call each other and say, "Is this a low pimp night or a high pimp night?" Which meant were they going to go to JJ's Fashion and dress themselves in high pimp, or were they going to kind of dress in suits that night? So
you mean they bought a lot of wardrobe at Bertha's,
they had
right?
They had a lot of wardrobes from Bertha. They had a lot of wardrobe from JJ's Fashion, and and Miss Perlie Toliver.
Oh, yeah.
It was the radio legend did their commercials.
Oh, yeah.
You know, for them. And
do they still have them?
Let's
track them down because
they probably have some of those.
I mean, this is impromptu, and here's the thing too, Monty. If I may interrupt you,
sure,
I mean, I'll leave here anytime. But I'm trying to get hold of some Perlie Toliver old shows, and I know they exist.
I think James Cook has some.
I got in touch with Doyle because Mike's, who used to be in charge of the Monroe Civic Center, he had some, and they used to send them out to Marcia Ball and ZZ Top. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so put that in your things to get to-do list.
So, and of course, you know where my guitar player, General Patterson. General Patterson was the in short pants, and so think about he was a good 10, 15 years older than the young cats in the band. So so he was he
was in Howard Shaft.
If you can imagine this, he might have been the voice of reason in the band,
Probably
but at the same time, while they're dressing in high pimp fashion,
he comes in his stuff.
He comes in the most obscene shorts and overalls and such.
I wish we had the chat up here. I'm sure we're garnishing something. This is kind of neat. Let me recap in case somebody's going to watch it later. Monty stops by. We're going to have Trey Gauthreaux on tomorrow here at BikeSmith. Tonight, a last minute of Victor Abendano is going to be 6 o'clock at Sundown.
Right.
So that's happening. Lawrence is here to talk about getting the band together. We're talking about Rusttown Band. We'll visit with him. So I got everything so far so good. Okay, all right.
I'm gonna slip out the back.
Well, be careful. I need to escort you out.
Well, Lawrence, it's great to see
hang
you.
on, Monty Russell. Let me kill this. Let me get how I'm going to get the Johnny Simoneaux song up right now.
Ain't your dog no more.
Ain't your dog.
Ain't your dog no more.
Check it out now here on Rix-Mix Community Radio. Let me dial that back. I got to kill the streaming because